terms of cutting back the lead of Leeds United at the top, who don't play there in FA Cup action. So too are Burnley. They can go level on points with Burnley, and if only for a few hours, they can actually go above Sheffield United, who kick off at 3 o'clock against Portsmouth. These two sides. One of the reasons why they have included Mamadou Doumbia to start for the first time in the Championship this afternoon. Dan Neil, one of the scorers for Sunderland on Monday night, up at Middlesbrough in that big derby win. Captain who has matured as the season has gone on. She gave away a penalty right at the start of the season against Watford at Vicarage Road. It was a time when he was getting a little bit of criticism, having taken the armband from Luke O'Nien. But in recent times he has sort of, he believes, become comfortable with that upon his shoulders. A lot of experience in the Watford team. You see Musa Sissoko will be leading them out, and then just behind him Egil Selvik, who will be making his debut this afternoon for Watford, the Norwegian. Big day for him. He's an international, but this is a big moment in his career in England. A month in which Sunderland have managed to keep all their exciting youngsters, added a few themselves, seen their injury list reduce and remain unbeaten. No wonder there is high optimism in these parts about their chances in this exciting promotion race. Monday's thrilling win at Middlesbrough was a reminder that this young side have room for even further growth. They may be still the outsiders in what is looking like a four-horse race for the two top promotion spots, but they'll be okay with that. In contrast, Watford need a lift. They had a poor transfer window with head coach Tom Cleverley frustrated they couldn't get the forward they needed. They have injuries and a suspension today. They come here on the back of 3 successive defeats. Well, a blow for Sunderland, who are without Joe Bellingham today due to an ankle injury. It's not thought to be serious. Salis Abdul Samed, on loan from Lens, replaces him in midfield. That's the only change from Monday. Keeper Anthony Pilkington makes his 150th appearance for the club. Top scorer Wilson Isidore netted his first Sunderland goal against Watford. Well, the visitors give a debut to their goalkeeper and a first ever start in the Championship to their centre forward. The Norwegian Egil Selvik, signed in the window, wears the gloves, with Jonathan Bond moved to the subs bench. In attack, 18-year-old Mamadou Doumbia gets his chance with Barr, Bayo and Vata all absent and leaving Watford's attack looking weakened. Well, he is an exciting player, and he certainly is someone who gets the fans off their seats, as he did on Monday night with a terrific performance in the win against Middlesbrough. Enzo Lefebvre, the Sunderland supporters are delighted that they signed him in the January window, and he'll be looking again, the Frenchman, to make an impression here this afternoon. Big day for the goalkeeper, Selvik. Norwegian international he may be, but he is getting his first taste of English football, having signed from Udinese on a permanent deal last month. Shakpatadze fit and well, and one of the key players for Watford today. He's a key player when everybody's fit, but when they have so many attacking players out, so much more rests on his shoulders. And Watford have to dig deep here this afternoon. Not quite crisis mode at the moment, but the manager has had a vote of confidence recently. They've lost 3 on the trot. It is the opposite number in the dugout, Régis Lebris, who is the happier of the 2 coaches going into this game. Wilson Isidore, Sunderland's top scorer. So no need for a change of kit for Watford as Sunderland get us underway. It's been a really good week for them so far, dampened only slightly by great rivals Newcastle United getting to Wembley in the EFL Cup. Andrews going down in the opening seconds of this game. A blow to the face there, the Watford fullback. Well, it's been tough for Watford, and it was tough here for Andrews, who just got caught by Sirkin. Might just be getting tougher for them as well, because not only Sunderland here this afternoon, but they face Leeds United and Middlesbrough in matches after this. The Black Caps also have Leeds on the horizon. For them, it's all about putting points on the board, with this being just one of 5 championship matches this weekend. Sunderland will want to follow up that wonderful win at Middlesbrough on Monday. Early touch for the debutant, Selvik. Jonathan Bond, who was filling in himself for Daniel Bachmann, who has an injury that has ruled him out for several months, so they have had problems with goalkeepers this season, Watford. Abankwah, another one of those signed in the January window, but he went straight into the team in a match against Derby County at Pride Park. That was the last time Watford picked up a point in the Championship, a really good away performance, and that will be the blueprint that they will try and reproduce here this afternoon. Here's Pollock. Loser goes back to his goalkeeper. Loser has had injury problems in recent times. He's been nursing a pain. He's had heavy strapping as well on his knee. Tom Cleverley was asked whether he is able to play again today. There's only one way to find out, said Tom Cleverley. Obviously got midweek matches as well, both these sides, so it'll be interesting to see whether Loser can play that one as well. This is 09, being chased by Doumbia. Shakpatadze. Loser. Loser again out to that far side. Larouci bring the ball under control, but Hume just has a look and then bounces it off the Watford player and out for a throw-in. But it was a really good window for Sunderland, not just the players they brought in, but almost more importantly, the players they kept. Trey Hume there was linked with a possible move away. One or two players who Premier League clubs were keeping an eye on. Anthony Patterson was another one. Tommy Watson, who's not actually fit at the moment for Sunderland, was also linked with a possible move away, but Sunderland were desperate to keep this young, exciting squad for as long as possible. They know that the next 5 months are going to be absolutely critical. If they can get over the line and get into the Premier League, they'll be in a much better position to keep the squad and see it reach more maturity. This is Pollock. Watford in a much better place when these two sides met back in September, especially at Vicarage Road, what was a fortress at the time. And they beat Sunderland with a late penalty. Sunderland had the chance to go top of the table on that September afternoon. It's easy to forget just how long they were actually top of the Championship. Now the gap to Leeds United is 8 points. Larouche. Neil is there for Sunderland. Isidore makes the run. Wilson Isidore has scored his first goal for Sunderland against Watford in that game, but he's been more prolific in recent times. Been a really eventful month for him, missing those two penalties against Burnley at Turf Moor, but he's bounced back with goals and a permanent deal as well from Zenit St. Petersburg in the January window. He was very much at the front of those celebrations on Monday night, getting the corner flag and putting his shirt on it and waving it around at the full-time whistle in front of those jubilant Sunderland supporters. Tees-Weir derby is good, but a Tyne-Weir derby is what they want next season. Lefay bringing out the tricks already. And an opportunity for Sunderland to get a shot in here, and Rigg it was on the edge, who just didn't get enough power on it. But again, Lefay just showing what an exciting acquisition he is for Sunderland. The Frenchman, just a little drag back there. Sissoko couldn't stay with him, and then Rigg had a lot of space. Chance maybe for a touch, and perhaps should have done better. Fay again bounces it off a Banquet and behind for a corner. Well, he's only on loan from Roma. The Frenchman didn't get too many opportunities with the Italians this season, but we've sensed he's going to be playing quite a few minutes for Sunderland. And he's won this corner. First opportunity for Sunderland to get Mepham forward. Goes towards the near post, and behind it goes, does it? And the referee says play on. Roberts. Just the one goal this season so far for Trey Hume. He was linked with Fulham during the window, and Juice Labrise, in fact, it was one of the first things he said in his press conference this week about the transfer window. Instead of the players he brought in, it was more about we have retained all our key players. That was the big message, and that was the worry really for Sunderland supporters last summer and every transfer window really. There's so many good players. Joe Bellingham not playing today due to an ankle injury. Rigg being linked as well with a possible move away, but that will be the case for Sunderland while these youngsters develop. It's not just Enzo Lefay who they brought in the window. They also signed Jayden Danns from Liverpool. A young striker, full of raw potential. In fact, he played for Liverpool very recently in the Champions League against PSV Eindhoven, but sadly he's picked up a back injury, so it's going to be a few weeks before Sunderland supporters see him in the red and white of their team. Banquet has got enough pace on the ball. He tried to shepherd it out. In the end, Dan Neil put it behind for him. Sunderland unbeaten in the Championship so far in 2025. Watford with 3 defeats on the trot, so it looks like a home win, but this is the Championship and you don't have to go too far back to realise that it rarely goes to form. In fact, to the last game here at the Stadium of Light, when Sunderland supporters would have been highly optimistic against the bottom side Plymouth Argyle and ended up getting just a point out of that game. Shakfa Tadza. Deli Bashiru. This is Andrews. Sissoko getting booed as a former Newcastle man. So many Premier League games with Watford, Newcastle and Tottenham Hotspur as well. A real experienced face in this Watford squad, on and off the pitch. 70 plus caps for France. So a corner for Watford. They've managed just 3 goals from corners this season. Luza goes short to Shakfatadze. Getting into the penalty area and cause some mischief here to Roberts. Gets the ball over. Pollock heads it forwards, and Pollock again. They want handball. They're not going to get it against Mepham. Well, the big Sunderland defender didn't look too concerned, did he? The ball was bashed from a short distance, and absolutely no way is that handball. Arm to the side. Mepham is one of those players who'll be wondering what his future is. He's on loan from Bournemouth at the moment. Sissoko. Didn't quite have the pace to get around the fullback. O'Nien was also there helping Sirkin. It's getting gifted back there to Sissoko. Sunderland making a bit of a mess of this at the moment. Lefay caught in possession. Shakfatadze, that's a free kick. And what of that was of Sunderland's making. They had the opportunity to get the ball clear, and I think Chris Rigg is saying that. Why didn't we just get shot of it? And they've conceded a free kick here. Watford without so many attacking players. The top scorer Barr is out today, Bayo and Vata as well. They were hoping that Vata might, having recovered from an injury, then recover from a virus that he picked up, but he hasn't made it here this afternoon. But there are still players of quality in this Watford team, and they'll hope to produce something magical here to beat Anthony Patterson. Shakfatadze with the right foot and possibly Luza with the left. Luza does go for goal, but straight into the wall. Wilson Isidore doing some defending for Sunderland. Shakfatadze again. Such an exciting player. He gives the ball away cheaply though to Patrick Roberts. Isidore makes something of it. Might have to do this all on his own here. Wilson Isidore, full of confidence. So many Watford players back now. Inevitably, he runs into a yellow wall, but he's got himself a free kick. And he's got his team really high up the pitch here. Well, it was he who cleared the initial effort. He was the man in the wall. And then suddenly he's the man heading over the wall. So a free kick at both ends of the pitch. Sunderland will hope to make more use of theirs than Watford did. He's grown into the role, Wilson Isidore, as a centre forward. He actually arrived as a player who could play on the left of the forward line. But they were so short of a number 9 that he was sort of thrust into that position. And he's just got better and better. 10 goals for him so far this season in the Championship. And I've seen that before, a line at 90 degrees to the original line that our referee this afternoon, Robert Jones, had drawn. Lefay and Roberts. And the shot hits someone in the wall and goes behind. Patrick Roberts was going the long way round. "15 minutes gone. Sunderland looking to score the first goal here at the Stadium of Light. Enzo Lefay with the corner. It's knocked back in and into the net, and Sunderland lead. Luke O'Nien celebrates. Luke O'Nien on the line, could not miss, and Sunderland lead here by a goal to nil. It's the first goal that he's managed since the month of August. More woe for Watford. Well, the previous corner from Lefay went to the near post. This one went to the back post, and O'Nien has timed his run to perfection. Clearly onside, and what is that? Half a yard, maybe a quarter of a yard out. Mepham just dabbing it to the back post. He would have been worried that, not so sure it was actually going in. It did need the touch, and the celebration on the bench suggests that maybe they've been working on that in midweek. Luke O'Nien found by his opposite centre half, and Sunderland looking to end what has been a really good week with another victory here at home against Watford. Kayembe. Well, Watford have got to go again. Still plenty of time to avoid this fourth successive defeat. I think 2-0 when they came here last season. Neither of the goal scorers, incidentally, for Sunderland involved here this afternoon. Niall Huggins still injured, and Abdullah Bar has gone on loan this week. And they come again, Sunderland, looking for a second, and Rigg is brought down. Bankwer protests, but Robert Jones, a Premier League referee in charge of just his second Championship match of the season, is not to be swayed. Rigg played a lot of football going up to Christmas. He's had a little bit of a rest in recent times. He hasn't made 90 minutes in most of the recent matches. Tom Cleverley has a lot to be worried about at the moment, as he has, unfortunately for him, in recent times. The dreaded vote of confidence from the board. Selvike waits. And the previous free kick led to the corner that led to the goal. It was a little bit closer, that one. Patrick Roberts had the effort. This will take some power if it's to cause any real issue with the Watford goalkeeper. Lefay goes for goal and it is straight at him. Sure to be a little bit nervous, the Norwegian. No blame can be apportioned to him for his conceding first goal in English football. Bankwa. Deli Bashiru under close attention from Chris Rigg, managed to keep control of the ball. Lusa also being pushed. Selvike out of play for a throw-in. Sunderland sensing this is a big moment in the game. You have a team short on confidence, a goal behind, a long way from home. Makes a run, makes a dart, but Sirkin instead finds another teammate. And Neil. Mepham. Roberts. Chris Rigg. Back from Roberts. Isadora in the penalty area, but it's too close to the goalkeeper. It's been a confident start by Sunderland, and why not, with their form so good. They've only lost 4 games in the Championship all season. We're under threat here from Shakfatadze. Couldn't feed it out to Andrews. Possibly Sissoko was the intended pass. Either way, it was a half a moment for Watford that has disappeared. Neil. Lefay. He's so confident, isn't he? Almost looks like he feels that he probably shouldn't be playing at this level. It's a measure of Sunderland's ambition that they've managed to coax him out of Roma to come to the Championship. Gives them a bit of experience as well. This is the youngest team in the Championship. He is above the average at 25. There's a bit of swagger as well to the team. Selvike not lacking confidence either, the Watford goalkeeper. Andrews. Bankwa. He made his debut at right back in that game against Derby County, but has settled into the position in the centre of the defence, after having gone to a back 4 in recent weeks. Shakfatadze can be a teenager, has had very few touches of the ball so far. And waits on the edge of the penalty area. Shakfatadze. Deli Bashiru. Shakfatadze again. A Bankwa. Mushi is available over on the left-hand side, but instead it comes to the opposite flank. And Andrews. Deli Bashiru. Lusa, can he get the shot away? Dumbia unable to get on the end of it from a Watford point of view, and cleared by Sunderland. Shakvatadze. Watford's last win here was in 2015. Odi Nagalo was the goal scorer in the opening minutes of that match. Admittedly, they haven't been in the same division for quite a few times in recent seasons. Larouchi. This is Pollock. Shakvatadze. The ball run across his body. Deli Bashiru. Andrews. Sissoko in support. Larouchi. Pollock. Loser. Loser again. That's a good ball. And Sissoko. Well, it was either going to be a goal of the season contender, or it was going to be greeted with jeers from the Sunderland supporters. Tom Cleverley, a very honest man in press conferences and interviews. He doesn't shirk any questions. He said, I need a result today. I put pressure on myself. Things haven't been good enough in terms of results in recent times, and I take responsibility. I was really disappointed with the fact that they didn't get a forward in right at the death of the transfer window on Monday. Martial Godot from Fulham, they thought they had, but it fell through so late, it didn't give them any real chance to bring anyone else in, and it left Cleverley's hand really short in terms of good playing cards here this afternoon. Doumbia coming into the team, the 18-year-old, he's green. He's a good prospect, but he's been asked to do the job of a man here today. So short are they. Come off the bench in recent matches, the last three in fact. He did play a couple of games in the EFL Cup as well. Has scored goals at junior level for Mali. At the Under-17 World Cup, he actually bagged a hat-trick. They rate him really highly. That's why they've stuck him on a 6-year contract. But I'm sure Tom Cleverley, who's worked with a lot of these players in the academy in his previous job, will have liked to have brought him in a gentler way than he's had to do here this afternoon. Just a reminder, Quadro Bar, their top scorer, is out injured. He could be out for a few more weeks, according to Cleverley. Vata with the virus, they'll hope that he'll be back in midweek. And Fakun Bayo will be out for further games after picking up a 3-match suspension for a silly red card against Norwich last week in that defeat. Isidore. Good ball by Wilson Isidore. Neil has done well. Well, he wants the corner. Not going to get it. Often plays with a smile on his face. He really is a fan's favourite. Those celebrations on Monday night will have endeared him to the Sunderland faithful even more. Showing a lot of character as well, having bounced back from missing those 2 penalties against Burnley. How different the league table would be now had Sunderland managed to register a victory in that game. Instead it was a 0-0 draw. Goal scorer Luke O'Nien finds Lefay. Rig, plenty of space to turn around and pick out Hume. In towards Isidore it goes. We've got a championship game here this afternoon at the Stadium of Light is because both sides were knocked out of the FA Cup at the first time of asking in the third round. Sunderland lost here against Stoke, and Watford were beaten by Fulham. Roberts. She got the boot in, not once but twice. Good work for Tadza to do. Hume just taking a breather and waiting for something to arrive in the shape of Rigg. Able to get it onto his left foot and deliver it into the penalty area. Banquet got the head on it, and behind it goes for a corner. And Isidore offers that aerial threat. In fact, it was Lefay who was closest to it from a Sunderland point of view. Isidore had just backed out to the edge of the penalty area, hoping maybe for a knockdown. So from the previous corner, Sunderland scored. It was a deep one to the back post, and this one closer to the goalkeeper, able to get some sort of punch on it. We've seen the full variety from Lefay, near post, far post, and then right on top of the Norwegian goalkeeper. Not the cleanest of punches. There has been rain in the northeast, maybe a slippery ball for him to deal with here. Hume again waiting, again finding Rigg. Shaq for Tadza, looking for Sissoko. Doumbia is late with his challenge, and the referee has issued a yellow card there for the youngster. I think it's just an eagerness to get involved in the game. He's had very few touches. I'm not even sure he touched the ball there. And it's a straight red last week for Vakun Bayo. He will have to watch his step for the rest of the game. So a Sunderland free kick, easily dealt with by Watford, and Shaq for Tadza gets it towards halfway. Doumbia does well. Can he keep hold of the ball? He can. Oh, that looked late on him on that occasion. And Sirkin could be in trouble. It's a yellow card, and a game that had no cards at all for half an hour now has two in a minute. Yeah, that was late and pretty clumsy, you have to say, from Dennis Sirkin. And that will give a bit of confidence to Doumbia, who did well to get the ball under control and just bring that free kick for the visitors. Watford, who were on the edge of the playoff places not so long ago, have dropped to 12th in the table, their lowest position this season. Free kick is taken short. It's always a frustration, isn't it, when a free kick or a corner is taken short, I would imagine, for all the players, the attacking team that have gone to the edge of the penalty area, then have to, some of them retreat. Pollock is heading back to the halfway line, so too Abankwah. Here is Pollock. Abankwah fizzes it out to Sissoko, takes it nicely. Andrews. Deli Bashiru. Louza. Both men under real pressure. Larouchi. Likewise, Sunderland snapping away. Abankwah wrestling literally with Wilson Isidore. Well, the Frenchman's not happy, but it's Abankwah who's on the floor and has got the free kick, and the referee just coming across and diffusing a potential flashpoint. Well, he's irritated by something, Isidore, and he's picked up a yellow card. Well, he's wrestled him to the ground. Well, I'm not quite sure what Abankwah did wrong there. It looked like 100% a free kick to Watford, but indeed that's the way the referee saw it. Long ball forward. Doumbia takes it on the chest well again. Pollock. Kayembe just teases it over the top, and Sissoko chases. Anthony Patterson, who was in line for the EFL Player of the Month for January, but don't think it would have been a great surprise to him. But James Trafford won that after an astonishing month in which he was involved in 6 games and didn't concede a single goal. 6 clean sheets. He was a comfortable winner. It should have been only 5 clean sheets. Due to a Sunderland player, really, those misses that we saw from Wilson Isidore from the penalty spot in that game against Burnley last month. Indeed, Watford are the last team to score against Burnley, and that was before Christmas. Lefay. Neil. Andrews has given up that cheaply. Lefay tries to pick someone out, and the shot will come in, takes a wicked deflection, and behind it goes. Well, that was poor play from a Watford point of view. Andrews giving the ball away cheaply here. Lefay did well. To the edge of the area it came, and Riggs' shot was deflected behind for a corner. Off Pollock. And they've caused problems so far. Ball from this left-hand side. The Frenchman goes across to take this one. Goal scorer 09, tightly marked at the moment by Abankwah. The referee's got a bit of sorting out to do, as is always the case, it seems, from a corner. Sissoko unhappy with Isidore, who's maybe putting pressure under the Watford goalkeeper, or trying to at least. Well, Sissoko, it's a long way round him. And Watford deal with that relatively easily. Rigg gets to the byline. Andrews clears it for Watford. Sunderland into the area again, and it's flicked wide. Luke 09 once more. And that would have been a special goal. Just managed to find himself a bit of space on the edge of the 6-yard box. His first goal was an easy one. That would have been a terrific finish had it tucked in the far post. I think Selvik had it covered. 9, certainly in the thick of things from a Sunderland point of view, a man that's only scored 2 goals this season prior to today. Watford come once more. They said they wouldn't come here and park the bus. They are a positive side with a lot of attacking players, even with the absence of so many from their forward line. Might leave them a little bit exposed at the back. This is Roberts running at Pollock. Support from Lefay. Pollock stuck to his duty. Matty Pollock, I'm sure, was watching the derby on Monday night. The Watford man whose dad used to play for Middlesbrough, Jamie Pollock. Quite a favourite with the crowd back in the day. Vitadza comfortably away from 2 Sunderland players. He's such a talented individual. Kayembe with the shots, side netting. Well, that was all down to just an acceleration by Shaq Vitadza. Created an opportunity. Larouci squared it. Not the best of angles, you have to say, from Kayembe. Louza. 2 groans from the home supporters as we head into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Sunderland leading by a goal to 0. Watford haven't really had too many clear-cut opportunities. They've had a lot of possession, but Patterson hasn't had to work too hard as yet. Larouci running at Hume, gets a good ball in. Doumbia with the header, and then he goes down. It could be a penalty, you know. It is. Doumbia on his championship start for Watford might have scored. The goalkeeper saved it, but then he was quickest to react, and he was brought down, and the referee has given a penalty here. Really good ball in. Patterson with a save, and then Doumbia went and claimed it, and Sirkin was late with a tackle. Well, he might feel he should have scored there. It was straight at the goalkeeper, but he didn't stand and brood. Instead, he went after the ball, and Sirkin, in his eagerness, was late with that challenge. Well, Watford won the game against Sunderland at the start of the season with a penalty from Tom Deli Bashiru, and he steps up again. Patterson knows what to expect. A long delay before this penalty is taken. Whistles around the Stadium of Light. Big moment for Watford. And he scores. Tom Deli Bashiru converts, as he did at the start of the season against the Black Cats. Well, that was a winner. This is a game that Watford now will feel that they can win, having drawn level just before half-time. No clean sheet this afternoon for Anthony Patterson, who guessed the wrong way. Watford, who created very little up until that header from Doumbia, are now level. Still look like a grimace from the Watford head coach, but he will be pleased with the way his team have stuck in this game, and he'll be especially pleased that his 18-year-old, who he's given a first championship start to this afternoon, he's almost had to due to the injuries and a suspension, a virus picked up as well. Shakfatadze, Larouchi, to no one in particular. There were a lot of Watford players in and around the penalty area. Well, they certainly had a lot of the ball, Watford, in this game. Larouchi, Doumbia, Shakfatadze again. Andrews calling for it over on this far side, but Loser instead just keeps the ball circulated. Delibashiru. Pollock. They certainly don't look like a team that has lost their last 3 matches and been making headlines for the wrong reasons. Despite falling behind, they have continued to believe. Shakfatadze teases it forward. Andrews going into the penalty area. Sunderland struggling to get it clear at the moment, and Doumbia has given away a free kick. Oh, what a first half for him. Doumbia barely got a touch in the opening half hour, picked up a yellow card, and then the creator of the first goal might have scored it himself, but then showed such presence of mind to chase after the ball immediately. Delibashiru with his 3rd goal of the season. A stop-start season again for him with injury. He's a big player for the Hornets in the centre of that midfield. 3 minutes of stoppage time in this first half. Long from Selvik. 09 thought he had time to get the ball under control. The ref's played an advantage here. Could be a possible yellow card against 09. Shakfatadze cruises into the penalty area. Can he pick out a pass? He's only Loser at the moment from a Watford point of view in the box. 1 or 2 more players now getting there, including Doumbia. Larouchi. Shakfatadze once more. Larouchi digs out the cross, and Doumbia wasn't too far away, and the shot goes across goal. What an opportunity. Andrews is claiming it nicked off a defender, but Ryan Andrews arrived here at the back post. And was his shot on target? Came off Sirkin. I think it might have been, you know. He certainly sensed that that was going in at the far post, and Watford might have had a lead right on the stroke of half-time. Ryan Andrews so close there for the visitors, and what a turnaround it would have been. He didn't even get the corner. Well, Luca 9 have put Sunderland in a fantastic position from underneath the crossbar, and you felt they would kick on, but then Sirkin gave away a penalty, and it was coolly converted by Tom Deli-Bashiru. And then on the stroke of half-time, Ryan Andrews went mighty close to giving Watford a lead. What a turnaround it's felt like in the last 15-20 minutes. And Watford go in at the break happy, because it's Sunderland 1, Watford 1.
Luke O'Nien, the scorer for Sunderland. The second half about to get underway. Watford will be buoyed with the way they finished that first half. Tom Cleverley, their head coach, said that They didn't come here to park the bus, they didn't come here for a point, they need a win. Certainly the way they approached the second half of that first half, real positivity from the visitors. Sunderland know that they will have to pick it up a little bit in the second half. Their home form has been dramatically different from last year, when they actually lost more games here than they won in the entire season at the Stadium of Light. Shaq for Tatsa. Support from Kayembe. Here he is now. Sissoko over on that far side. Kayembe, not a lot of room, but he's found. Luzo goes for goal! That's extraordinary! In the opening minute of the second half, Imran Louza with a quite wonderful goal for Watford. And is this the afternoon their 2025 finally improves and the smiles return for Tom Cleverley? Well, joy for Louza, and why not? That was something special. Kayembe finding him and then just teeing it up onto that left foot. It could not be in a better position. Patterson went the full distance, but it was just inside the post. It's an exceptional goal from Louza, just his second of the season. He scored in their last win on the road. That was against Derby County. He doesn't score many, but that was out of the top drawer. And how this game has changed. We sensed a drift in that first half, and now Sunderland really are up against it. I was speaking about their incredible transformation of their home form over the 2 seasons, where they're unbeaten this season, but it's under threat here. Larouchi, they're looking for a third here, Watford. They will not sit back at the moment. Sunderland have the free kick and a chance to scratch and clear their heads. It is a young team. Regis Labrousse has said that sometimes they don't perform as you'd expect a more mature 11 to, and that's all part of the process. It's all part of the reasons that he was brought to England. He's done a lot of work with young players in France. We've got to see some character here this afternoon, because this would be a really big setback for Sunderland were they to drop points on an afternoon when Leeds and Burnley don't play. Still plenty of time, of course. Isidore will chase, but it's going to go out for a throw-in to Sunderland on the day the Six Nations continues. That was very much a rugby kick, wasn't it? Finding touch, and indeed it did find touch, but talking about inch perfect, how about this? Just brilliant. The curl on it as well was crucial. A little smile from Tom Cleverley, and why not? Hasn't had too much to smile about, has he, in recent times? He's had plenty to smile about in recent times, but not at the moment. Sunderland unbeaten in their last 6 matches. In fact, they've only lost 2 of their last 25 against Stoke and Sheffield United. Abdul Samed. Kayembe wins the free kick. Quick feed again, the man who has the assist for that second goal. Abdul Samed starting today, if you weren't with us earlier, due to the fact that Joe Bellingham is out with an injury. Sunderland are getting big players back, but not quickly enough, certainly not enough speed for this game. Alan Brown, who has been out since long before Christmas with a fractured leg, he's back in training. Tommy Watson is another who's just a week away. They've missed him, the youngster. Bellingham now out with an ankle injury, and Romain Mundle is another player who is very close to a return after a hamstring injury. Loser was caught there. He's had his own injury problems, playing through the pain barrier. And Moroccan going down there, clutching his lower leg. Maybe a bit early for substitutions, but Regis Lebris, who is not prolific when it comes to making changes, will want a change from those out on the pitch. Sunderland haven't really got going so far in this second half. This is Neil trying to change that. Opportunity for Lefay. Watford bodies back. Kayembe chasing, giving away the free kick. Lefay, need more from him in this second half. Loser's down again. And Loser's the one who's penalised. I can just feel the tempo has gone up since that goal. Sunderland now not quite desperate, but they want 2 goals at least in the remaining minutes of this second half. They did drop points in the last game here at the Stadium of Light. That was a really disappointing draw against the bottom side, Plymouth Argyle. The Loser is taking quite some time to give Sunderland the 10 yards that they need to deliver this free kick. O'Nien, who scored the first goal for Sunderland, is poised on the edge of the penalty area. Roberts with the delivery. It's a good ball in. Epham should have done better. And he found himself a bit of space. Oh, he's offside there, isn't he? Maybe the flag would have stopped it had it hit the back of the net, but as it was well wide of the target from the centre half. Servite goes long towards Sissoko. Kayembe, Sissoko over on that far side. Doumbia goes into the penalty area. Sissoko, again, he's not a winger, is he? We know him in the centre of midfield, that's where he's at his best, but he's been pushed out there because they are so short of options, Watford, due to injury and suspension and illness. Ryan Andrews with the throw-in. Looser on the edge. Here is Looser. Deli Bashiru. Pollock's got to be quick, and is. Shakfatadze. Is there a trick in him? Roberts has got to be careful. Roberts wins it back. Over the top it goes. Isidore, keeper's come the full way, had to make it, and he did. Selvik did well there. The Norwegian had come a long, long way. There was no turning back. Hume with the throw. Roberts wants a free kick, and he gets it from the referee. So an opportunity here for Sunderland to utilise something maybe that they've created on the training ground. Not often that championship clubs get
too many days to train in midweek. They did, of course, play on Monday, but no midweek game for them. They're all changed next week for both these sides. Well, Loser's struggling, isn't he? You can see the strapping on that right knee. He cleverly will want him to stay on for as long as is possible. Lefay with the ball in. Sissoko with the header away. Back in by Sirkin. Quickly away. Andrews. Sissoko ahead of him. Doumbia, I think, was the target there. There's still plenty of time for Sunderland. They don't want to become too frantic that they gift up a third goal, which would make it almost impossible for them to win from there, you feel. The last defeat in the Championship was way back on May the 4th against Sheffield Wednesday. Rigg. Patrick Roberts. Given away by Abdul Samed. Two Sunderland players going down. Just to throw in, says the referee. Well, the supporters are getting really involved in the game now. And know this is a big afternoon for their team. The side have only lost 4 times in the Championship since he arrived during the summer. One of those defeats was against Watford at the start of the season. Rigg. Lefay. 09. Patrick Roberts finding 09. Towards Isidore. Banquer clears for Watford. Two changes then for Watford. Into a more attacking mode. Abdul Samed has been sacrificed in the centre of midfield, and so too Patrick Roberts. Poveda, one of those two come on. More attacking force. Been given more than half an hour to turn things around. Alexic, also another player who loves to get forward, is an attacking option. Lefay with the free kick. As we head towards the hour mark. Sunderland once ahead, but now behind, looking to get it back to 2-2. And it might break inside the penalty area, it's hooked away. And the referee has given a free kick anyway for the visitors. Luke 09 sheepishly departs the penalty area. Banquer gets back to his feet. Looked like there was an offside there against 09 possibly, or maybe a teammate. Watford change. Jeremy Ngakia is coming on, and Rushi departs.
Tom Cleverley often swaps his full-backs, particularly when they were wing-backs at the start of the season, just more energy down the flanks. So Jeremy Ngakia comes in, he'll be, you feel, more in defensive mode than attacking mode in the remaining half hour, if indeed the scoreline stays as it is at the moment. Loser gives up possession there in the centre midfield. Sirkin. Mepham. Is Poveda. Hume with the throw. They need a goal from him. The top scorer this season. Hasn't had the service though so far. Poveda being pushed backwards and don't want to lose it there. Here comes Sunderland again. Isidore. Isidore again. Shot is blocked. Oh, it's a good ball in. It might break for Poveda. Ngakia close by. He's got to get around him. Delivers a good ball to the back post. Can they recycle this, Sunderland? It's an opportunity here from Isidore. He was trying to make the best of a really difficult situation. Believes that he was brought down there, backing into the defender. He felt he was fouled here. He's being very tightly marked. I think we can say that. And maybe it's an argument for a penalty there. Certainly he thought there was a big argument for it. He nearly put the ball in the back of the net. It would have been a spectacular goal had he managed to work the angle that he had. But they need to get the ball to the Frenchman a lot more. Sunderland causes problems. Pollock away for Watford. Another yellow card, and here's why. Lefay was late on Doumbia. It's a third yellow of the afternoon from a Sunderland point of view. How many minutes will the 18-year-old be able to play this afternoon in his first ever championship start?
Isidore chases. Comfortable from the Watford debutant. Shakfatadze. Ngakia. Sunderland really pressing here. Trying to win the ball back. Tom Cleverley loves his team to be confident in possession. And they've been just that. Watford felt that they didn't get the decisions last week against Norwich, and there's Joe Bellingham missing out today due to that ankle injury. Regis Labrie said beforehand he didn't think it was serious. It was an injury that Sunderland will hope enables him to play the next game, which is against Luton next week, midweek, Wednesday, and then that huge game against Leeds United, which is the following week. It's a Monday game. We'll give them a few days to prepare for that. Are they to cut the gap on Leeds United this afternoon? At the moment, it doesn't look like it. Sheffield United kicking off at 3 o'clock this afternoon. They'll be really pleased with the current scoreline here, involving the team just below them in the table in 4th place. Watford come again with Shakfatadze. And Ngakia getting forward and behind, and that's definitely a corner. Well, he's playing on the left side for Watford. He's a right back. He played on the left side a few weeks ago. Needs must from a Watford point of view. There's quite a few square pegs in round holes at the moment. And Ngakia. This is Andrews. Huge up and under. Mepham under no real pressure. Guides it out of the penalty area. Isidore. Riggs gets caught, but Sunderland come out of it with the throw-in. There will be a lot of competition for places in the centre of midfield for Chris Rigg and co in the weeks ahead, with so many players returning from injury. He will hope that he doesn't depart himself into the treatment room. He's managed to dodge that for a lot of this season. He's played so much football for the club, alongside that man who's also played a lot of minutes, and the rest this afternoon may be the best thing for him, but not if it is at the expense of 3 points here this afternoon. Sirkin. Neil. Andrews penalised for the foul. Searching for Ryan Andrews. They're not going to get it though, it seems. Sunderland free kick. It's a disappointing one. Easily away by Delibashiru, the man who changed the course of this game just before half-time with that penalty. And got Watford back on level terms before a wonderful strike by Louza in the first minute of the second half. Watford looking for a third goal here. Options over on the far side, but they couldn't work it out to Sissoko. Kayembe's done really well again. 3 players around him. He's kept possession for Watford, and eventually the former French international Sissoko does have it. Shakfatadze's available at the back post, and I think that was the intention, but it was a deep cross easily picked off by Sunderland.
Watford had that spell in the first half that seemed to change the tide of the game when they had so much possession of the ball. With Sunderland 1-0 up, just took a lot of steam out of the game. Sunderland set to make another change in a moment. It is Chris Rigg who's coming off. The youngster hasn't played the full 90 minutes in too many games in recent times. Eliza Mayenda is the man who replaces him. Left-sided option, they have a lot of them, both fit and unfit. Tommy Watson to return soon, Mundle as well. Interesting to see where he fits in, Mayenda. But Sunderland need a goal, they need to create something as well. The Watford debutant in goal hasn't had too many saves to make in this second half. Poveda. Good run by Poveda, wriggling and twisting, but one too many players for him. Deli Bashiru gets the free kick for Watford, and the clock will tick on without Watford in a real hurry to take this free kick. In fact, they do take it quickly. They made a liar of me. Three wins on the road this season only for Watford in the Championship. On the opening day they won at Millwall. Last month they won at Derby County, and in between times an extraordinary victory at Sheffield Wednesday by 6 goals to 2. Ref says play on. Mayenda. Mayenda again. Can he create something? Into the area he goes. Pollock gets it away for Watford. Coolly done by Louza. Kayembe. Sissoko. Shakfatadze, really good piece of football this by Watford. Shakfatadze going for goal straight at the goalkeeper. But really clever the way they've knitted the passes together from deep inside their own half. John Cleverley has said he believes in this squad, he believes in these players, despite the results not being good in recent times, despite the fixtures ahead of them looking really challenging, including this one. A team that are unbeaten at home in the Championship since May. Not an ideal venue to go to when you're out of form, but they've risen to the challenge this afternoon. With just over 15 minutes to go. Shakfatadze. Deli Bashiru. Picked up by 09. Sirkin trying to increase the tempo, but overcooked the pass. Gnawing of nails from the home supporters, who've had just 3 shots on target in this game. They'll be disappointed with that. Watford have dominated possession, continue to do so. Shakvatadze making some progress, and then the ball came off him last. It'll be a throw into Sunderland, but he'll be happy. Watford will be happy. The ball is far up the pitch. Poveda. Hume. 09. Lefay is dispossessed. They win it back and have the corner. Well, they scored from a corner. And those supporters sense that at their end of the ground they can work something from this set ball delivery. The man who created it, Mepham, goes forward. 09, who scored it, is in the penalty area as well. Can they combine? Lefay with the delivery, near post, easy for Andrews. Poveda clearly fouled there by Shakvatadze, who didn't really need to do it. Poveda was facing the wrong way. It's a cheap free kick to give away. And it goes. Pollock wins yet another header. Mayenda cleared away by Kayembe. No Watford player anywhere near the halfway line. Hume up towards Isidore, but it just runs away from him. Well, he's got to keep going. There may just be one opportunity for him in this game. And when it does arrive, he'll have to convert it. Long it goes. Too long, though. Straight through to the debutant, Egil Selvik. Was actually an unused sub in the last game that Watford played, and one player that Watford did get in the window right on deadline day, Caleb Wiley from Chelsea, unable to make his debut here this afternoon. He signed on loan, but he had a dislocated shoulder in November, and he is still out injured. Sirkin had a look up, not once but twice. Was a frustrating moment, not only from Sirkin but from the Watford goalkeeper, who looks like he's conceded a really cheap corner here. The ball appeared to quite clearly be going out for a goal kick, and he's dangled his arms there and it's made contact. And this could be a big moment in the game. Lefay's last corner was poor in delivery. Can the execution be better this time round? Sunderland need it. Sissoko with the header. Sissoko again. Free kick relieves some of the pressure. Well, the home supporters not happy. They believe this is a bit of time wasting, but it looks like it's cramp. Sissoko, one of those down injured. And the youngster, Doumbia, the old and the new, suffering with cramp. So much running have Watford had to do this afternoon to get into this lead and to protect it since the opening minute of the second half. They'll make another change, fresh legs, mature legs. Tom Ince is coming on. That's the end for Doumbia. Can be absolutely delighted with his first ever start in the Championship. The 18-year-old has led the line well, and those supporters who've made the long trip to the northeast giving him a standing ovation. He might have scored, but his header was saved by the Sunderland keeper, but he was quick enough to react and win the penalty just before half-time that sent Watford in all square at the break. And Tom Ince might not be the only change for Watford, with Sierralta also set to come on. So Watford now effectively playing without a recognised centre-forward, with Doumbia off. Poveda. The rain continues to tumble in the northeast, and Sunderland lift the gloom. Well, the week started so well for them with that tremendous victory at Middlesbrough on Monday night, albeit with an element of fortune, an own goal from Ryan Giles, but Sunderland celebrated and must have sensed that they'd done the hard work this week. Kayembe. He's had a terrific game from Watford. The ball has just stuck to him all the time, rarely given it away. Shakfatata as well, hugely impressive again. Thought he was fouled there, but the referee said no. O'Neill, forced backwards by Ince. A lot of sub-appearances for Tom Ince in recent times. This the 13th this season for him. He is at that stage of his career, 32 years of age now. Mepham is coming off, and Dan Ballard is the man who is coming on for Sunderland for the remaining few minutes of the game. You have to say, with a like-for-like change, that possibly is a physical issue with Mepham. Doesn't greatly increase tactically Sunderland's chances of scoring, you would have thought. Shakfatata. First touch for Dan Ballard, who's been vying with Luke O'Neill really for that position alongside Mepham, who's been the regular centre-half this season when fit. Poveda found very little space down this right-hand side, and Gaki has stuck close to him. Shakfatata has also done some really good defensive work. There'll be more defensive reinforcement here with Sierralta coming on, who's for Musa Sissoko, the former Newcastle man who departs. He certainly put a shift in this afternoon. It's only the third time since October that he's actually done back-to-back games in the Championship. 35 years of age now. Tom Cleverley has needed him and his experience this afternoon, and he has helped put Watford on the brink of a huge win here with just over 5 minutes to go. Hume, Poveda,
Trying to find Hugh. Loser. Kayembe's the furthest man forward. He's playing the false 9, I think. Take the 3 off his back, and you're left with the number that he is playing positionally. Frustration there from Kayembe. Really angry that his teammate was unable to get control of the ball. He picked up a good pocket of space there, the Watford man. Still thinking that maybe there's another goal in the game for them. Frustration from Dan Neil, frustration and groans from another big crowd inside the Stadium of Light. It is not going the way they expected it, and you have to say their side haven't really looked dangerous in front of goal. They've had just 3 efforts on target throughout the match. Ballard over halfway. Poveda. Neil. Ballard again. Poveda. Bit of space behind Ngakia, but he's got to get it behind him first. Angle pass into the air, it's a good one. Freddie goalwards. Lafay it was, who I think was trying to pick out a teammate. Well, that was better from Sunderland. It's pretty late in the day, but they've managed to work the angles and thread some passes through. It wasn't the best, you have to say, from the Frenchman. Through the legs of Pollock, but straight into the grateful hands of the Norwegian goalkeeper, Selvik. He may not have a clean sheet on his Watford debut, but he may have a win bonus tonight. And that face says it all. Something he hasn't experienced so far in English football. A home defeat in the Championship is just a few minutes away, unless Sunderland can conjure something up. Lafay, in it goes. Isidore flicks it on, and the ball goes in. 2-2. Sirkin, the goal scorer, but no celebrations from him. He knows that they haven't come here for a point this afternoon, Sunderland. They want all 3. Maybe an own goal. But it was a scrappy goal from a Watford point of view. Isidore with the flick, and Sirkin with the final touch. Just got across Deli Bashuri. And it's 2-2, as it was in Sunderland's last game here against Plymouth. They were disappointed with that scoreline. They will still be disappointed with this scoreline. But it was they who conceded late against Plymouth here. Watford have a corner. And the win that they've been seeking, for the time being at least, has been taken from their grasp. Loser with this corner though. Comfortably away. Home supporters want Sunderland players on the ball as quickly as possible. Well, Watford would have settled for a point at start of play, you feel certain of that, but it will feel like a defeat to them, particularly on the back of 3 games without a single point. And Ngakia. Five minutes of stoppage time.
Well, there have been twists and turns in so many matches in stoppage time this season. Even here at the Stadium of Light, there was a late goal that Sunderland scored. Against Bristol City, Patrick Roberts in the 93rd minute. Can they find one here? Because it would be huge for them, you feel, if they are to gate crash the top two. These are the fixtures they have to win, surely. Ballard with the ball forward, Sirialta for Watford. Poveda picks it up. Neil. Ballard. Poveda. Over the head of Wilson Isidore. Back to Poveda. Not what was intended, and Poveda is offside anyway. Well, Dennis Serkin would have liked to have celebrated that goal, but it's not the done thing at 2-2. Third goal of the season for the man who was out for some time before Christmas with a broken wrist that required surgery. What a save that is by Patterson. Meander. Isidore! Oh, that was the moment for Sunderland. 3rd minute of stoppage time. Wilson Isidore, who's been fed on scraps this afternoon, had a golden opportunity to win it. Selvik on his debut stood tall, and a big moment for the Norwegian and for Watford. Well, what a finish it has been to this game. Isidore looking to the heavens. Well, that should have been a dramatic winning goal for the Frenchman. Here they come again. Great opportunities, well saved by Selvik. Alexic it was, bursting from that left-hand side. And all of a sudden, Sunderland have started creating opportunities that just weren't there for so much of the game. Poveda. Lefay. Well, they could have done with a lot more than the 5 minutes that they've had to work with. But they've squeezed a lot of opportunities in. Hume. Towards Isidore. The Banquer gets it clear. Now the referee has blown up. I think this is because there could possibly be a head injury here. He's had to stop the play. The Banquer it is who's down injured, which is obviously a blow for him. And a frustration for the home supporters behind that goal. But you have to say, where has this been for Regis Lebris's side for much of the game? They've suddenly come alive in the final few minutes of it. Maybe if they played with that tempo just in the second half of this second half alone, they would be in a better position. Tom cleverly soaked out on the touchline, so close to at least the end of a losing sequence. Sunderland come again. Poveda is the intended recipient of the ball, but Ngakia wins the header. Hume with the ball in. Andrews away. Lefay. 09. Kayembe loses it to Lefay. Anywhere will do. Shakfatadze loses out to Dan Neil. This is Poveda. Poveda tries to get on the end of a 1-2 and then fouls Deli Bashiru. And that might just be it. The 5 minutes are up, and well, they've almost packed 90 minutes into these 5 minutes of extra time. Well, both sides are going to leave the pitch, you feel, full of regrets. A yellow card for Poveda. A frustrated look from the Watford head coach. The ref is allowing a few more seconds. Loser is trying to stop the free kick being taken. 09, got to get it forward quickly. Played 6 minutes now, into the 7th. Sirkin with the delivery, unable to get it into the area. Will he have time to take the throw in? Andrews puts it out of play. And there is the full-time whistle. Well, there's disappointment for both sides. Watford so close to a victory after 3 successive defeats. Sunderland dropping points here at home on a day when Burnley and Leeds are not in action. It's only a point for them. Sirkin grabbing one late on, but no reason for celebration. Loser with a fantastic goal. It finishes at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 2, Watford 2.